If you're fighting the urge to text your avoidant ex first, that's exactly what they're hoping for. They broke up with you, or they pulled away, or they went silent, and now they're waiting to see if you are going to be the one who breaks. Because the moment that you do, they don't have to be vulnerable. They don't have to risk getting rejected. They don't have to put themselves out there because you did it for them. And there are some powerful but subtle signs that tell you that they're waiting for you to reach out, even if, of course, they will never admit it. What are those signs? Stay tuned and you'll find out. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lucia. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. And if you're not new here, then you are part of my no contact army. And thank you so much for being here again. And I hope you've been a good little soldier and stayed in no contact. Okay, so the first sign we have is controlled silence. So even though they dumped you or withdrew, they won't totally disappear. They might still be checking your status, responding slowly if for some reason you're in contact, watching your stories, but not actually making a move. So they're leaving a door open. They're saying, without saying it, of course, if you really care, come find me. And I know that's painful and it's unfair, but you have to understand that this behavior is coming from fear. They're afraid that if they reach out, they'll lose power or get rejected. So they wait in the hopes that you will make it safe to reconnect. The second sign is quiet testing. If they're waiting for you to come forward, they're not going to text and say, I miss you. That's way too much vulnerability for an avoidant. So they test the waters quietly. They might view your stories, like a post, ask mutual friends about you. Or if they do text, it's going to be something casual, a meme out of nowhere all of a sudden, something light enough to protect their pride. Breadcrumbs are the avoidance version of reaching out without losing control. It's their way of saying, I still care, but I'm afraid to show it. And it's also their way of seeing if you will lean in first. The next sign is emotional echo. Now, this means that they'll post places that you used to go to together, or share quotes about missing someone but needing space, because avoidants don't usually talk about their feelings directly. So they act it out in coded ways, which you end up having to decipher. And that emotional echo, it means that they're still bonded to you, even if they're scared to express it openly. And if you react to it, then again, they have nothing to risk. And speaking of risk, you don't risk anything, but you gain a lot by downloading my app Silencio to help you stay in no contact. And the link to that is underneath every single video and podcast. And while you're at it, you can also check out my book, which is available at nocontactsecrets.com, where you can read 2 free chapters before you purchase the book. Okay, the next sign we have is mirroring, which a lot of people have heard about. So this means that when you post something, they quickly post something with similar energy. When you shift your tone, they shift theirs. Some people don't realize that avoidants regulate connection through mirroring. So if they mirror you, it's a subconscious effort to stay connected while keeping the emotional risk low. And I've seen this a lot with my clients. They'll say, well, I posted at the beach, and all of a sudden they're posting at the beach. Well, I posted wearing a red shirt. No, they posted wearing a red shirt. It's like, yeah, I know. I see what they're up to. I see you. Okay, so the next sign is one that confuses people a lot. And that is that they'll open up about something deep. Then you get excited and you think, oh, they're finally letting me in. And then they pull away again. Why? Because that was a subconscious test to see how reconnection with you would feel. So if your response soothes their fear, they'll feel closer. But when their fear of being vulnerable returns, they retreat again. And this isn't manipulation like most people assume. It's the internal battle of someone who wants love, but doesn't fully trust it. And I know it's a pain in the neck to deal with someone like that, but in a way, you also have to feel sorry for them or have some compassion. Because imagine wanting love, but not being able to trust it. I mean, I think that's pretty sad, actually. And finally, we have the I'm fine performance. And that means that they post photos online, they focus on work, they act like everything's fine. And again, my clients will say, oh my God, my ex is never coming back. They look like they're happy. I go, oh, please. It's all performative, right? Who believes what's on social media anymore? They're just making it look like they're having a great time. Meanwhile, they could be crying in their beer every night or whatever they drink. Because avoidants are masters of hiding discomfort with control. So they convince themselves they don't need anyone. But a lot of times, the more composed they appear, the more likely they're wrestling with thoughts of you. So that silence isn't about being indifferent. It's about, as usual, protection. So I know that dealing with an avoidant can feel like a chess game of emotional endurance, like who's going to make the first move. They're hoping that you will blink first, especially if they're used to anxious partners doing exactly that. Reaching out would validate their worth without them having to risk being rejected. So here's the thing. Just because they're waiting for you to reach out, it doesn't mean you should. Because if you always bridge the distance, then they never learn to cross that bridge themselves. Because if they know that if they pull away or break up with you, that you'll pursue, you'll fill in the gap, you'll carry the emotional weight, then they have no incentive to make a move. They have no fear of loss. So if your goal is to change that dynamic, then you do not reach out. Not from anxiety, not from curiosity, not to test, not to prove strength, because the moment that you relieve the pressure, you teach them that their silence actually works. And once that lesson is reinforced, it becomes very hard to undo. If they're waiting for you to blink first, the shift doesn't happen when you reach out. It happens when you don't break at all. The moment you stop regulating the relationship for them, the dynamic changes. So now I want to hear from you. Have you typically been the one to blink first to reach out when someone breaks up with you or pulls away? Please comment below. And if you would like my help to get your ex back, you can contact me at theartoflove.net/coaching, and we will send you the rates. They are not on the website. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos or episodes if you're listening to this as a podcast. And remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.